everybody, thank you for joining me for another live meditation for the Tuesday evening edition of the guided meditations with me, Clarabelle Sage. So today I actually wanted to talk to you about unpreparedness. Coming in today, I actually felt really unprepared. It was my birthday on the weekend, so there were celebrations, isolated celebrations of course. But there were celebrations. I was trying to finish stuff off. I'm feeling a little bit run down, a little bit sick. So like between all these things that are happening, part of me don't want to show up today. Part of me feels really unprepared. I feel like I didn't really have the mental bandwidth in me to write a whole meditation. Usually when I do these meditations, I script out the entire thing before I would even show up on live because I'm so afraid to be unprepared. But then I remember this is the theme, like this is the theme of this season, unpreparedness. Feeling unprepared even though we've planned for a lot of things in the future, or months back we would plan to be going places. Right now we would have planned meetings for now today. Before the lockdowns happen, we would have planned to travel maybe at this particular time, but all of our plans have gone astray, and none of our plans have gone to plan. So it also plays to this idea of being unprepared, because whatever we've prepared for have not come to fruition, but instead we're challenged to meet things where they're at as they are, and challenging us to be present. So I contemplated about what it means to be present, or what it means to be prepared. And in my contemplation, what I've realized is that being prepared means we mentally project ourselves forward into the future. We would maybe try to iterate how things are gonna go. We're gonna predict how things are gonna go in the future, and based on what we project is gonna happen in the future, we bring it back today and we try to plan around that. Plan for contingencies, plan for what we need to pack, plan for what can happen and what we can do as a result to mitigate what can possibly happen in the future. So obviously a lot of things that we've planned for have not come to fruition, and instead we've been led down this path collectively. We've been led down this path of exploring the unknown, feeling very unprepared, and I feel this is the theme for today. So instead of projecting ourselves forward, instead of believing that we have control, and the truth is, the irony is, even though we think we're in control, we were never in control. Control is really just a mental projection in itself to make ourselves feel safe, but in reality we were never in control, and we just think that. And what I thought I would do today is do a meditation that helps us be present and allow us to be in the moment, be in the present, in spite of what's happening, and to really meet the future where it is now as it is. There's a saying in Buddhist philosophy, in mindfulness, they talk a lot about how the past has gone. The past has already happened, it's gone. And in the future, it has not yet arrived. So really all we have is now, this present moment. And it will always happen in the moment of now. Eckhart Tolle, of course, talks a lot about the power of now. And that's really what he means about how things can happen in the past, but it's gone, it's past, it's over, it's in the histories. And what happens in the future, it has not yet happened. So what we can really do is to meet us in the present, meet the current situation in the moment, in the present. And that's part of what being present is. That's part of being present in the moment without trying to think too much about it, without trying to extrapolate too much or projecting too far into the future, because all of that is in our mind and it's not really, or it may not play out that way. So if you'd like to meditate with me, I would love for you to join me. This is a mindfulness meditation on thoughts, and the intention is to allow thoughts to arise without attaching to them, without identifying with them, and just letting it unfold as it is without getting too sucked into them. So if you'd love to join me, let's meditate together. So let's begin by closing our eyes, just settling into our seats and into our breath. Breathing comfortably, taking a breath in and taking a breath out. Breathing normally as you normally would, without trying to change it or force it or strain it in any kind of way. Allowing your breath to be the anchor for this exercise. Allowing your breath to hold you and be the stable point, to be your solid base. Whenever you want to come back to your breath. Knowing that your breath is safe and it's really here to protect you and nurture you. And then you can always come back to the breath, especially if there are difficult thoughts that arise. So keep breathing in like this for a few breaths more, in your own time and in your own pace, without judging it, merely just observing it and watching it and seeing what arises. As you turn your attention to your thoughts, to your attention to your breath, see if you want to expand it to include your thoughts. So watching your breath, observing your breath, but also expanding that awareness to try and encompass the thoughts as well. Allowing your thoughts to come by and then go, leave in its own accord. Just like an in-breath and an out-breath. Hello thought. Bye-bye thought. Allowing your thoughts to come in and leave in their own accord, without trying to attach to them, without falling into the grips or the drama of the thoughts that arise. Hello thoughts. Goodbye thoughts. Just sitting here and watching them. And And if it helps, you can imagine yourself like you are watching your thoughts as if you're driving down a street, watching your neighbors doing their own thing. If it helps to imagine your thoughts are like your neighbors. They might be gardening or emptying out the trash can or doing something that you don't quite understand. But as you drive down the street, you simply acknowledge them. Hello, thought. Bye-bye, thought. There's no need to drive up to each driveway to take a closer look and examine what each neighbor is doing, because thoughts are their own thing. Thoughts arise and have a mind of their own. So see if you can, the best that you can, watch the thoughts that come and go without identifying with them. Hello, thought. Bye-bye, thought. And if the mind wanders and carries itself away with those thoughts, it's okay. Mind wanders because that's what minds do. So gently, without judgment, and with love and kindness, see if you want to call your mind back, your attention back, away from those thoughts and back in the present moment. Being with the breath, just hanging out with the breath. You should take a full breath in and a full breath out. Reconnecting to your breath, taking a breath in and releasing your breath out. And if those thoughts trigger some sort of difficult emotions, please know that it's okay to let those thoughts go and gently return to the breath, knowing that your breath is always a safe place for you to return to. But if it's curious to you, and if you're curious, you may want to observe where you feel the emotion attached to that thought. Is it in your chest? Is it a tightness of breath? Do you feel heaviness on your shoulders? Is it neck lower back, or something else. Expanding your awareness now to see if you can encompass the emotions that carry with those thoughts. Those emotions that are associated with those thoughts. Naming them without attaching to them or identifying with them or falling down that rabbit hole with them. Allowing yourself to label it and then gently release it, letting it go, releasing it as if you're doing a catch and release back into the wild. If there are painful emotions attached to them, to those thoughts, please know that it's okay to release it and let it go. If you're curious, you can see, observe, and just be curious about where you're feeling those emotions in your body. Where is it in your body that is hurting, or feeling triggered, or feeling heavy? Perhaps it's not feeling anything at all. Knowing that any or all of the options are completely okay. See if you can just be with them, be with those emotions, be with those thoughts without feeling triggered by them. Being present with them without identifying with them. And if at any time you feel the intensity of those thoughts that may be triggering certain emotions, it might be helpful to breathe in the pain or the frustration or the intense emotions. See if you would like to breathe it in and release it back out. Releasing those painful thoughts, heavy thoughts and emotions back into the ethers, back into the wild, back outside of you as you blow it out on the out breath. Allow yourself to observe the thoughts and maybe the emotions attached to it without judgment and without trying to control anything. Just allowing them to be there. Just hanging out with them without attaching to them or identifying with them or saying that those thoughts are me, or those emotions are me. Because thoughts are thoughts, emotions are emotions, and you are not your emotions, and you are not your thoughts. Just see if we can hang out with these thoughts and emotions without trying to change it or alter it or fix it in any way. Allowing ourselves to be present and simply hang out with them without trying to fix it or control it, but simply letting it be. Being here in the present moment, hanging out with those thoughts and emotions, as difficult as they may be. Maybe they're pleasant thoughts, and all of those above options can be okay. And if it helps, perhaps you want to label those emotions or those thoughts. Planning, fixing, anxiety, stress, anticipation, discomfort, perfectionism, worrying about what people would think of me. Allowing yourself to label these thoughts and emotions without identifying them with them the best that you can. Letting it all go. Releasing it. Allowing it to be released without scrutinizing every single thought or every single emotion that passes through you. Allowing the best you can to release any sort of thoughts and emotions that you may be carrying. And you don't have to release all the thoughts and emotions if you're not ready. But see the best that you can. See if you can release just a part of it, or just a little bit. It's like carrying all this weight on your shoulders, or these backpacks, or these baggages of the past. See if you can loosen the grip on at least some of it. You don't have to release everything today, right now. But just acknowledging that it's a work in progress. What can you let go of? What is one little thing that you're ready to let go of? Holding that in your mind now. Taking a deep breath in. Maybe thanking that piece of baggage that you've been holding for all these years. Thanking it for protecting you. But you no longer need it. It's no longer needed. And it's weighing you down. And it's time to let it go. So with an out breath, you release it. Back into the wild, back into the ethers, or just simply back into the mental trash can. Being aware of your body, your bodily sensations. Taking note of whether you feel a little bit lighter or maybe not, and both are perfectly okay. Just taking note of the bodily sensations that you feel right now. Maybe it's a sense of relief. Maybe it's deep relaxation. Or maybe simply it's good riddance. Whatever it is that comes up, just simply acknowledge it. Notice it with curiosity and without judgment. Just noticing how your body feels right now. And when you're ready, you may wish to expand your awareness of your sounds in this room. Slowly bring your awareness back into this room. Hearing my voice as a guidance. Maybe hearing the sounds outside. Maybe it's birds chirping and singing. Maybe it's the crickets chirping outside. Maybe it's cars zooming by. But bringing your awareness fully back into this room now, here with me, with your eyes still closed. With your eyes still closed, you may wish to take a more active breath now. Taking a more active breath, a bigger breath than you did before. Breathing it in. And breathing it back out. And if it is comfortable for you, if it suits you, you may wish to wriggle your shoulders and gently move your body around to bring the sensations back into this room now, here in present time, here with me. Being fully aware of your body now, with awareness completely back into your body, and wrapping up your breath, maybe moving your body, maybe moving your neck, rolling your shoulders, doing whatever it is that is comfortable for you. And when you're ready, You may slowly begin to open your eyes. How was the meditation, everybody? How do you feel afterwards? I hope you've enjoyed this meditation with me. As always, thank you for sharing this practice with me. So replays are available and you can watch it for the next 24 hours if you feel like you have joined us late and you like to practice this meditation together on being mindful of your own thoughts and emotions and then releasing it and letting it go. But until next time, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me, and namaste, everybody. Thank you for practicing with me.